Hey guys, okay, I think we are live on Facebook. So record to my computer. Sweet, we are ready to rock and roll. Hey everybody, welcome to today's episode of Think Like a Copywriter. I'm your host of the most, as always, Adil Amarsi, and as always, Chase has to kind of like kick off at this exact same time. I have no idea why he plans his meowing at the time that I do these lives, but hey, cat's gonna be cats, right? Don't put the light on. I think the light's actually okay for being off today. Anyway, I hope you guys are having a lovely Monday wherever you are in the world, and I hope you had a brilliant weekend. I had some pretty cool stuff happen, but we'll get into that on another episode or my email list. If you want to join that, head on over to adilamarcy.com. You will actually end up getting emails from, you'll be redirected to story selling emails. Like it's an email writing course that's like super mini and really, really cool and gives you like some ideas on how to write story. In fact, I'm soon going to pull that off and change it around. But it is actually an excellent little training. So you guys can go check that out. So today's episode is going to be about split tests. And I asked the other day on my Facebook wall, which sometimes I love it when people engage. So the more you engage, the more I give. Hey, Bogdan, good to see you. One of the things that we looked at for split testing ideas, that was the subject that came up. Thank you, David and Bogdan, for actually suggesting it. The way that I would do this is you have to use variate testing initially with the smallest of things. So for instance, I always the rule that I was taught with, go with 1,000. So if you want to know a true conversion rate, test it with 1,000 people, because then you have a true conversion rate. You actually know what it is. And personally, for me, if you want a true conversion rate, you go for like cold 1,000. So you do 1,000 cold people and see how it comes back. That's basically how you do it, old schools. But if you have warmth with them, like you built a little bit of a mailing list, people know who you are, they like you, they trust you. I realize my microphone is really far away from me, so I'm going to move that motherfucker close. Hopefully, you guys can hear me way better now. I apologize if that did not come off correctly at the start there, but hey, let's keep going. So, where was my brain going with this? That was it. So, yeah. So, basically, what we've got is yeah, split testing ideas. So you want to look at how the whole thing basically works out. With true testing, it's like 1,000 cold people. Once you know that, you know what your conversion numbers are. You have warm testing where people have been on your mailing list, they know you, they understand you to some degree, they've seen a couple of your content videos, or they've watched your Facebook Live, and they know you, they like you a little bit, and maybe they trust you. Who knows? Um, so there is quite a few things that you can test and be wary of, but that's what I mean. You want to test at different phases. So if it's like a warm audience or a very hot audience, then what you do is you start testing the smallest minute things. So I always look at what story you lead with. Like that's the overall arcing thing that I'd always look at. Is like, does my story make my offer make sense? Superb. The second thing I look at is, does my headline make sense? So I'd start looking at the overall story, and then I'd start looking at the headline. And then from there, I'd start looking at other things that come up around it. So subheadlines, adding an S, changing. Oh, awesome! You could hear me. Changing everything. Hey, Amira, good to see you. You change these little tiny areas of your sales letter. Um, Especially with like doing a, sorry, I just got completely distracted. There's like a comment I really want to like respond to, but I'll do that in a moment. But as far as it goes, like with your sales letter, you could actually start testing out little S's, which my friend Trevor, Toe Cracker Crook, I definitely recommend you go check him out. He taught me that's absolutely brilliant. Other stuff I'd start looking at would be the lead in, see if the lead in actually works really well or if it doesn't. Also look at the price point. That would be the next thing I'd look at. Look at your guarantees. Look at the testimonials you use. Look at where you place said testimonials. Look at what bonuses you give. So there are so many different things you can test for work in and out. But specifically, what you're looking at in your first test is how how it all comes together. As in the sense of how it would essentially how it all comes together. How do I put this? You want to look at how the overall structure converts. If the overall structure doesn't convert properly, then you want to turn it around and see what else works. Different lead in, different hook, different type of story, basically overall, different type of bonus. You don't want to go ahead and like change everything. You want to start with the main overall premise and hook, and then you want to go down from there. With emails, it's subject lines. Subject lines are your best friend. If you use service like Aweber like I do, and if you want to go check out Aweber, it's adilamarsi.com/Aweber. I think you get like 30 days for $1. It's an old school, very simple to use email management system. And when I say simple, it's still robust. It's still amazing for what it does. But because it's been around for so long, it has an amazing array of goodwill with email service providers like Hotmail, Gmail, and so on and so forth. So you have a high chance of ending up in the primary folder. Sometimes you will end up in the promo folder like I did today. But again, as I told Bogdan, I was actually testing something out. And again, my test came back conclusive. Anyway, so you'd look at split testing subject lines, and I'd go with a pop culture subject line and an inspirational subject line, or I'd say someone's journey versus a ridiculous subject line, or something provocative and something fun. Look at what's going on, see what happens, and see what you can test out. Because with these tests, what you're really looking for is metrics and data. So if you're looking at your sales letter and you look at, say, a hot map or a heat map, Hotjar and heat map, those two things confuse me at times. You'll see that people actually, where they drop off. People might drop off the moment they see your order button because your order button is way too high on the sales page. Or they might drop off because, they don't like the story. They leave at the headline. So now you know what to test. And the whole rule is you want to get to the point where people read all the way through. And if they read all the way through, you want to look at what's working. If people are reading all the way through and clicking a link and now they're still not buying, look at your order form. That's the next thing to test. You want to look at, does the order form work well because it's easy to use? Is it reminding them what it is? Are they having worries or doubts that, you might actually not have that best interest at heart? Are they just there for the price? What's going on? You want to use your order form as a way of getting people enticed to keep going. So remind them. And of course, something like Thrivecart, again, if you don't have Thrivecart, adilamarsi.com/Thrivecart. I will always give those links because they're tools I use, and of course I endorse them. And I do get paid an affiliate commission if you do buy, which is lovely. But again, I digress. What I'm getting at is that what you end up doing is when you go through Thrivecart, you can actually, and Samcart I think does this as well, and a few other places, you can use a video on the order form as a way of getting people to buy. It's very, very, very fun. It's very cool. Like you can get someone, remind them like, hey, thanks so much for getting this, just as a heads up. And you can split test that video with just like with just sales copy, or you can use it with like an order form with product descriptors, or hey, just want to say thank you so much for actually for getting this today. I've decided to throw an extra bonus on this page that you didn't know about on the other page. Here's the bonus on top of all this crazy stuff. You're also getting this extra bonus. Click the order button. I'll see you on the inside. Simple as that. Something as very, very simple as that. You can split test against that and see which one works. Very, very simple. Or you can have your order form on your actual sales page. So instead of clicking the button, they fill it out on the page, which is again something you can do. So with that being said, guys, I'm going to bring this episode to a close. I hope this has helped you out in understanding how to what to look for, or like what to split test, specifically what to look for in split tests. I'll look at what's not working and see how you can improve it. But if you have a really good sales letter and you want to see if you can get it even better, start with headlines, then work your way through the copy as you see gradual improvements. And don't delete the original, like make a copy of it because you might want to put something back in that works better with a new subject line. It's really, really cool to do. My cat agrees with us, apparently. Anyway, I will see you guys very, very soon. Take care and have an amazing day wherever you are. See you guys soon. Bye.